Hello and welcome. This is just a weird video, you know? I went to a thrift store today and I got some stuff. Well, I guess by the time you're watching it, it'll be tomorrow. But I went there and I got some stuff, you know? I got these two Archie comics and I was reading them and I got some of this stuff. I have no idea who Sergey the Spider is. I got no idea what this is or Young Justice isn't really my jam, but for a quarter, even in its beat up state, sure, I'll give it a try. Got Sandman here. The thing that kind of struck me, I came back, I was just flipping through these Archie books, reading them. And there's, it's Archie. There's some very chuckle-worthy gags in here. Like there's this one where Archie and his pals have been dealing with giant insects, and then they show up in insect costumes, and they freak out. You get all this dramatic build-up, and then you get this little chuckly punchline, and I appreciate it. I kind of like this kind of humor. It's gentle. Even the cover's pretty funny. Who will the winner be? Me! I'm judging the contest! Wah, wah. But anyway, what struck me when I was reading these is the paper. Alright, let's just grab this Sergey the Spider. You know what, let me open this up and make sure it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. You look at this paper. It's glossy enough you can see like the imperfections in the paper, how it's been mistreated. I'm sorry, gently used, gently read by its owner. You can see it's glossy, kind of heavy duty. Like it's decent paper, right? It's pretty good paper. That's what most comics today are printed on. Do I have another example handy that I can look at? T-Bird and Throttle. I gotta actually read and review this. You can see super glossy paper. That's what people say, if you're making comics today, they have to be printed on. It's high grade, glossy, yada yada paper. When I grew up, comics were not printed on that. Oh, hold on, I got some John Sables right here that will serve my purposes. Let me just get this out of the bag. Give me just a second. I should have planned ahead so that I wouldn't have to get this out of the bag while recording. All right. Here it is. It's on newsprint. Art by is this Mike Grell? Should be Mike Grell. Let's just double check. Or you kind of make it hard to find. It doesn't really matter who the artist is. The point is, this is newsprint. It feels soft. It's very cloth heavy. Very degraded pulp fibers. Like newsprint is newsprint really that cloth heavy? It feels cloth heavy. Rag heavy, I guess is what they say. So that's what comics used to be like in the 80s and very early 90s. And then comics went to glossy stocks as the industry collapsed and they wanted to justify jacking the prices up to protect failing profit margins. So what about these Archie books? This is a kind of an older one. It was printed in 2004. In fact, I think I remember seeing this one like in a newsstand, which is kind of funny. Like, why would I remember this aside from, it's a swimsuit cover with a kind of chuckle-worthy joke on it? But it's printed on newsprint. You can see it's starting to yellow with age. It's got that very soft feel. And the book is really aimed at kids. You can even see it like right here. Look. Here's a page to just draw inside your comic. How cool is that? You can cut the page out, send it to them. There's another page in here where it's like... I'll never find it. It's like find your name in print. Yeah, so I'm guessing that's like people that sent in like fan mail or something. Like, it's super cool. It's super fun. It's kind of cute. And it's weirdly innocent in its way. But newsprint is expensive, right? So how can Archie afford to print this? Even if it is reprinted material, which I think a lot of it is, for $3.99. I don't know. Look how thick this book is. It's pretty thick. It's pretty hefty. Comparison to a modern comic book. In thickness, I mean, there's a lot of material in this Archie Digest. It's printed on newsprint. This is a lot of pages. Yeah, they're smaller than a modern comic. They're, what, half the size? There's a lot of pages. There's, I don't know, I want to say like 140 pages in here. It's huge. It's ginormous. Okay. Well, they're still charging $3.99 and it's reprinted material, so they can clearly afford it, right? It's not a big deal. Okay, well, how about this one? It's free. It is freaking free. 100 pages for free. Now you're thinking, yeah, but Elizibar, it's a free comic book day book. It's all going to be reprints. Oh man, look at the coloring. It's kind of bold. Those colors pop. Very old school coloring style. And it's simple, you know? You're like, yeah, okay, fine, Elizibar. Newsprint's not expensive. Maybe you'll give in to that. Maybe you'll go, yeah, you know, grocery stores, they print millions of pages of newsprint, like, over the course of a month. And just give it away. Just hand it out to people. Here, please, take this newsprint. We don't want it anymore. Newsprint is so expensive that I would crumple up newspapers to pack boxes in when I move. That's how expensive newsprint is. So fine, you're like, fine. Fine, Elizibar. We'll grant that newsprint's not that expensive, maybe. But look at the coloring. You can't color like a modern comic book on newsprint. There's no way. You'll never achieve vibrancy of any sort. Things will never pop like in T-Bird and Throttle right here, right? That's what you're thinking. That's what you're thinking, right? Hold on, my friends. Let's just take a look at this issue of Wicked Righteous Exodus. And let's just flip open to, wow, the 3rd page. You're telling me modern coloring doesn't look good on newsprint? This is stylized, crazy, disgusting. It's revolting. It's gorgeous. That's modern coloring on newsprint. Yeah, you might have to color differently, but there's absolutely no reason why newsprint can't pop. It certainly does. It does right here. I'd get some more alternative books out and show you, but I don't need to. The proof is right here. This is how good newsprint can look. Eden, Feast and Famine, or Feast or Famine, whatever the title was, those books, the coloring, like, what if I took like sheer color excellence in a little eyedropper and I dropped it in my eye? Sheer color excellence probably means LSD in this case. Just did a little drop in my eye. Like, that's what you get. It's just an explosion of color across your retinas. So even though like Archie is still this very primary color heavy, bold kind of look without a lot of shading, you know, it looks like an old newspaper strip, which is a fantastic art style, by the way. It's outmoded and nobody does it anymore, but it's gorgeous. When I was flipping through this, I actually wondered who owns the rights to all the old Blondie comics. I used to read Blondie every day and every Sunday. Blondie was a great little funny strip. Dagwood Bumstead is a hoot, man, making those giant Dagwoods. Yeah, you know that your character's kind of a big deal when they have a sandwich named after them, right? My point is, I know I've taken like 3 digressions in a row. The point is, you can print on newsprint. There's no reason not to print on newsprint. You have to treat things differently, but maybe you have a product that looks good on newsprint. Maybe you have like a book that, yeah, that'll look pretty good on newsprint. It doesn't rely on the glossy. And hey, if newsprint saves you a quarter on each issue or whatever in your manufacturing, a nickel, a dime, and that raises your profit margins. If that raises your profit margins, you can afford to make more comics. You can afford to print more comics, which means you can sell more comics. Now, ultimately, the price difference probably isn't that severe between newsprint and not, but it's certainly a great gimmick for Alterna. Archie apparently still prints on newsprints. I don't have a very recent digest. This is probably the newest Archie book I have right here. It's from 2013, Free Comic Book Day. It's on newsprint from Westfield. It cost me a quarter at the thrift store. But if Archie can do it, and Alterna can do it, there's no reason other publishers can't do it. There's something nostalgic about newsprint. Newsprint has a completely different smell to it when it's new than a glossy paper comic does. And that smell, that feel, all of that kind of stuff, that tactility, the sensory parts, that feeds into it. It makes the experience different. Makes the experience more old school. And you can still produce wonderful, colorful, vibrant products that pop off the page. Just because it's on newsprint doesn't mean it has to be muted looking. So who says you can't print on newsprint? A lot of people who are lying to you. That's who says that. You all have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. You know all that jazz. If you are already subscribed, make sure you still are, because YouTube unsubs people. Click that bell for notifications. You know, I do like 4 videos-ish a day. Sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 3. And I will see you all next time. There's some social media stuff in the description below. You can follow me. I'll probably follow you back. And there's some stuff up here probably that you can click on if I remember to do it. Until next time, you take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. No, really. I mean it. Bye-bye. Go home. Hey, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.